The following program is rated TV MAL. It contains strong language and is intended only for mature audiences.
Hold up, hashtag heels for life. Wanna welcome everybody, yeah, we gotta get it hype. Hey, every week talking wrestling, we get into it. Current events, even guests that we're interviewing. Hosted by Chris, Kid USA, and Nappy Boy. Shout out to Ziggy, put the smack down, you can't ignore. The best you gon' find anywhere online. Tell the competition they about to get clothesline. Hold up, hashtag heels for life. Let's go.
What's up, Heel Nation? I am your host, Mr. Team Bring It.
And of course, I am Rockin' Reese. And Chris, we got a lot to talk about today, brother, because
Indeed we do. Yes. Everyone, this is not only a AEW Dynamite special, but also there's more news in regarding the Naomi and Sasha Banks controversy. Also, other people have been putting in their 2 cents on social media. But before we start, I need you to do something for me. First, hit that notification. Well, hit that thumbs up, then subscribe, and then also comment, and then hit that notification bell so you can get news and rumors from #Heels for Life Wrestling Podcast. Also, we have special things that we're doing on YouTube, so it's very important that you subscribe to our YouTube page, our Facebook page, our Twitter page, all on #Heels for Life Wrestling Podcast. So yes, my friend, we have a lot to talk about. So the first thing we're going to cover, get this shit out the way, is All Elite Wrestling Dynamite WILDCARD Wednesday. So let's get into it.
oh, I say it started pretty good because, of course, the night kicked off Samoa Joe taking on the men's Joker, who turned out to be the man who we know is John Morrison, Johnny Mundo, of course, going by now by Johnny Elite. I had to say, this is actually a hell of a match and definitely a surprise because we knew that this, well, at least the men's Joker, thankfully turned out to be somebody like that was going to get like a good pop for the Houston crowd. And yeah, I had to say, yeah, Morrison definitely does his thing in this one, but of course Samoa Joe will wind up getting a win on the Muscle Buster. Then of course Jay Lethal, Sanjay Dutt came out right afterwards, and then the Best Friends wound up chasing him away because of course Best Friends got laid out last week by Lethal and Sanjay and Sting. So, but I had to say, definitely a good surprise for seeing Morrison show up. Good opening matchup.
So my take on it was very disappointed. I thought that it was going to be someone. Matter of fact, Derek said that I thought it was going to be Johnny Gargano, but apparently it wasn't. So if he is coming to All Elite Wrestling, they're probably going to give him, a spot where it's not associated with the storyline, because I don't think that they're going to waste that Joker, that important Joker, because usually a Joker is a debut. Johnny Elite, I wasn't feeling it. I mean, it's a reason why they wanted him to come out as the Joker. I mean, Johnny Elite is a joke. I'm sorry. And thanks to the WWE for making him a joke, not once, but twice. Well, you know what? His first run as a Johnny Nitro or Johnny whatever, he was great. I shouldn't, let me just leave that alone. When he came back to the WWE, his reincarnation, that one was a fucking joke. So let me kind of clear that up. I really did not want to see him. I wanted to see Johnny Gargano, but it is what it is. The match itself was fire. Yeah, the match itself was fire. It was great. If you actually thought that he was going to win over Samoa Joe, that's currently in the storyline, and also is currently the ROH TV champion. Yeah. So no, that wasn't going to happen. But yeah, he got his ass whooped by Jay Lethal and Three's Company. So yeah, it is what it is.
Yeah. And then of course, backstage, we saw Hardys like back in the training room, and then the Young Bucks came in and they tried to talk Jeff into forfeiting now, and then Matt winds up telling them that y'all stick your nose in our match. Mm-hmm. Cole ain't going to be the only person in the Undisputed Elite who gets his ass whooped in Houston. So the Bucks, of course, teasing up things, and I gotta admit, like, I laughed when Matt wound up calling the Bucks like Hardy clones or whatever he wound up calling. But
can you make this kind of accurate?
Yeah,
because their whole career was mimicking the Rockers, the Hardys. I mean that was a good rib.
They keep it going. Next match, of course, Hangman Page and Takeshita from DDT Pro, and I had to admit this
match was fire.
The match of the night, especially of course, CM Punk on commentary. We should mention that one. Mm-hmm. And Antonio, if you're watching, you called this shit even before the bell rang. That Hangman was probably going to bring out the GTS in response to Punk doing his version of the buckshot last week. Mm-hmm. And sure enough, Hangman hit the buckshot, then hit the GTS for the win. And of course, a little stare down after this one. And I got to say, if I wasn't looking forward to this match at Double or Nothing, the last 2 weeks kind of changed my mind now.
The last 2 weeks really been this build between Page and Punk has really intensified my interest on watching this match, because at first I'm thinking like the promo's been okay, don't get me wrong, promo's been okay, but with Page as champion, I've been in limbo, but I'm trying to figure out. I think the reason why I'm so invested is because of Page. Page is a wild card to me. I don't know if he's going to go heel. I don't know if he's going to stay face. I don't know. But you got to understand in this situation that the crowd is leaning towards CM Punk, and we're going to the site where Punk went to the stratosphere and never came back down, which is Las Vegas, Nevada. You know,
that's right, pipe bomb territory.
Pipe bomb territory, and it's very fitting that this shit happened 10 years ago, and we're going. And this is the third annual of Double or Nothing, and Punk is a very strong favorite in this match.
True. Yeah, and I also gotta admit that I noticed that they threw some Easter eggs out there, because twice they referenced Sami Zayn, aka El Generico, in this match, because Takeshita not only throwing the Blue Thunder Bomb, but then both of them did the Haluva kick during that matchup. But there was something interesting I also noticed, and if anybody listened to the replay when when Hangman delivered the GTS, Punk stated on commentary, GTS made it famous by CM Punk. And when I heard that one, by the way, this goes to Derek, because a little bit later, like shortly after that comic came out there, CM Punk, Kenta sent out a tweet, and
Kenta was not too proud of
greater
that.
Than Hangman, greater than Punk.
Yeah, so Kenta is I'm believing Kenta is going to show up at Double or Nothing because right now he's tied into this storyline
Yep.
because twice we seen in 2 weeks in a row. First, CM Punk did the GTS, then Paige did the GTS, and then Kenta's online bitching and complaining about him doing the first ever GTS. Something is going on in this situation. This three-way dance is tying into a storyline. I don't care what no one says. If Kenta does not show up at Double or Nothing or Forbidden Door, all of this has been for nothing. I mean, this is a perfect recipe for a great storyline.
Oh, he's definitely showing up one way or the other.
Yes.
Because, like me, Hill, and Antonio been mostly debating, of course, you and Chuck Leslie be doing the same as well. Either one or two things are happening. Either Punk wins the title and then Kenta challenges him, and then that's going to be AEW title match at Forbidden Door, or Kenta shows up and screws Punk out of the title, and then that's going to make Punk want to challenge him for Forbidden Door, because either way, Kenta wants to embarrass Punk in his hometown.
Yes, and that's why I said like this CM Punk needs a challenger, and his challenger is really becoming Kenta. Kenta has been after Punk for years. Everyone, he's been after him for years, and now he has came back to professional wrestling. Kenta has not released his foot off of CM Punk's neck, and even and Punk is sitting here, and he knew what the fuck he was doing. He said that he was he was the creator of the GTA. Come on now, they're putting out Easter eggs. Come on. And I'm sorry, I'm sitting here and I'm loving it.
No, like I said, I'm definitely feeling this feud, and like I said, with everything that's been going on in the past week, it's still like something. It's like good to have something positive.
Yeah.
Fire up for this one.
Yeah.
Let's see what's up next. Okay, then Swerve and Keith Lee had a quick match with JD Drake and Anthony Henry, but then afterwards, this is where things got good. Because first, Team Taz members Powerhouse Hobbs and the FTW champ Ricky Starks come out, and Swerve just like annihilated Ricky on this promo.
Yeah, when they said that, Ricky Starks is trying to be like The Rock, I kind of shot that down a little bit, but after that promo that he did, I'm like, Jabroni, my nigga, you shouldn't have said that. You should have let that alone.
Yeah. And then, of course, Jurassic Express comes out, and then we get two challenges for the price of one. First, Christian says, Double or Nothing, Jurassic Express, Hobbs and Starks, Swerve and Lee for the tag titles. But then he also throws in a singles triple threat for next week between Jungle Boy, Starks, and Swerve. Yeah, mostly because he felt that Jungle Boy had the title won had it not been for Swerve accidentally costing him. So we'll get that settled as a little sneak peek to the tag team title match.
Thank you. Shout out to Swerve and Keith Lee for making my dreams come true. I wanted them as a tag team, and they are a tag team. I see the chemistry. I love their finisher. It's a power bomb.
To a double stomp again.
Yeah, double stomp. I love it. I really love it. Now here's the problem. So you have Hobbs and Ricky Starks, and then you have, on the other hand, you have Swerve and Keith Lee. I believe that Jurassic Express is going to drop them titles. The question is to whom? Which team? Hobbs and Ricky Starks been here for the longest.
True.
And have not had any championship go. I am not talking about the FTW championship. That championship is not even recognizable.
Yeah.
As a matter of fact, even Christian said that on a promo that well, we need championships that's actually recognizable. Yes, I seen that shade.
Yeah, it's saying coming out looking dressing it. Yeah, it's saying Ricky coming out looking like he's just like to go golfing with Christian's grandpop too.
Yeah, they also made fun of Ricky Starks' complexion. Yeah, Ricky Starks' complexion, saying that he coming out there looking like a bar of soap.
Yeah. Swerve just like completely like blasted him on that one.
Oh God.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sorry, Ricky. Yeah, coming from light skinned brother myself, we do kind of accidentally fall into that, but that's another
There's been a lot of shade that was being thrown on Dynamite tonight, but you know, I mean, this is AEW. When it comes to like throwing shots and being savage, yeah.
Next up, MJF and Shawn Spears, and of course, Wardlow takes his 10 lashes, and yeah, Wardlow was just like, "Oh man, this ain't nothing." Yeah, but of course, we should have known something was up. Mm-hmm. And of course, MJF with a low blow. Then, of course, both him and Spears wind up taking the belts to him, and then of course Spears hitting the C4. Actually, I was surprised that. Or actually, not the chair actually did come into play. So it's like, wait a minute, Shawn's not using the chair for once, but yeah,
I know, right?
Yeah, right. But of course, setting up, of course, next week, Spears and Wardlow in the cage, and of course, the final condition for Wardlow to get his match at Double or Nothing. I think Antonio like pretty much made it clear. If you're trying to piss Wardlow off going into Las Vegas, yeah, you're doing a perfect job of it.
I think honestly, this whole entire build has just been phenomenal. I mean, they are making Warlord. They're making him look. They're making him look like $1 million. I'm digging it. Warlord is just. He is the next big thing. If he does not get injured at the rate that he's going to be sometime in the main event, like in the near future. And I'm saying like probably next year sometime. This man, his presence is undeniable. It's just wow.
Yeah, and the crowd's like really feeling him organically. And
yes,
I'm like this. If AEW doesn't try to fast track him, I'm like, yeah. And then if you actually put him in with somebody that can work and actually help refine his game, because we know he's got a power game, but if you work with him on the mat, I actually think Wardlow could be a good all-around competitor.
Yeah, because also he is deceptively fast and athletic. I mean, that last match that he had with Big Cass, like what the fuck? Like, I think he's just tapping into his potential, and I think that's a little bit scary for anyone that faces him. I think they look at him as just a man with muscles and good looks or whatever. He definitely has the it factor. It just I don't think that MJF knows what he's in store for in Double or Nothing.
To a point, I think he does, but I think he does to an extent, because after all, when you've been around somebody as long as MJF and Wardlow have been, you're gonna know each other like almost the back of your hand. But at the same time, when you have all of that verbal abuse going on, and now the physical abuse, the boot, that's going to bring out a whole different person than the guy who's been going up and down the road with for like many years.
Yeah, and you gotta understand too that this has been a growing storyline for the past 3 years. It's crazy because Tony Schiavone he's been talking about the build for Double Nothing for the past 3 years. And I can't believe that it's been 3 years since we have seen this young company just grow and grow and grow and grow and grow. It's phenomenal. But I can't wait.
Yep. And then next up we get a backstage segment from
Shivani. That's what I was
from Rocky Romero and Trent. They're challenging FTR for the Ring of Honor tag titles. And I gotta admit, that's gonna be a hell of a matchup because if anybody's ever seen Roppongi Vice, like although they're mostly in New Japan, but they've also had their share of Ring of Honor. Like Trent and Rocky are a damn good team, and that's actually I think they just had a victory over their Young Bucks recently, and and of course with FTR, the role they've been on, even though
what's going on with Best Friends?
Well, outside of Wheeler leaving the group, it's like now they're kind of they've kind of just been chilling because I know Orange is still injured. So
okay, then that makes sense. That was another thing I was going to mention too. Orange has been injured.
That's Revolution.
So
all right. Then next up we had the final quarterfinal matchup between Kyle O'Reilly and Ray Phoenix. And I gotta, hey Chris, there's still something you frequently say about Ray Phoenix. That man is the coldest dude
coldest motherfucker in professional wrestling.
Even with one bad arm, this dude is still pulling off shit. Like
when I tell you Ray Phoenix is a reincarnation of Rey Mysterio ×2, I'm telling you that's a hell of a compliment. That motherfucker, oh my god. Like I've been a huge fan of Ray Phoenix since I seen him at Double or Nothing. It's just funny that I'm saying that because like I went to the very first Double or Nothing in Las Vegas 3 years ago, and I just like seeing him in person. It's just gratifying. Just oh my god.
But unfortunately, if anybody who knows Kyle O'Reilly's history, if you got an injury against him, he will expose it, and ultimately he did. Of course, the broken arm that Ray Phoenix suffered back when the Lucha Brothers dropped the AEW Tag Team titles. It came into play. O'Reilly got the cross arm breaker after a hell of a matchup, and now O'Reilly versus Joe in the semifinals of the Owen Hart tournament.
Kyle O'Reilly came into this match with a game plan. He would not give up. He was a pit bull. You can say wherever you want about Adam Cole, but Kyle O'Reilly was the killer pit bull. He, like you said before, Reese, like he exploited Phoenix's weaknesses, which was his arm. He exploited, like any time that Ray went for a high risk maneuver, like Kyle was ready for it. Any time that he ran towards him, he had a move, like a counter move. I'm like, Kyle O'Reilly is literally I would say this. He is the favorite going into Double or Nothing.
Ooh. And then again, especially, that's not a bad take because like we saw with the Lethal and Sanjay entering Samoa Joe's arm. I wouldn't be surprised if we do have Cole O'Reilly in the finals, and of course that means one
I
member
see
of
that
the
happening.
undisputed elite. Yeah,
Yeah, I see that happening. Yeah.
yeah. But then this next segment, though, whew, damn, Jericho took this to like
New heights with this rivalry. Yeah.
I mean, damn, he had Regal, Moxley, Pin.
I mean, it was like a
They
domino
hated
effect
him,
with this promo. Yeah, it was like a domino effect. Like he was. This is how you know that this was a great promo. Like Regal didn't even have nothing to say. Eddie didn't have nothing to say, and you got to understand, like everybody in that ring have great promos, like promo skills, and like Chris Jericho shut them down one by one by one by one, and I'm like, ooh, wow.
Yeah, like I said, like bringing up Regal's drug history, and then saying, yeah, Danielson was like, yeah, you're the only one that hadn't drank yet, but yeah, hang around him and Regal and Moxley, yeah, that'll drive him enough to go to the same rehab program that Moxley went into.
Yeah, that was a low blow. Like that, ooh. Ooh. I mean, and then when you pan towards the crowd was like
Yeah, because like even the crowd was saying, "Damn, that was going a little too far, though." And
it went too. Yeah, it went too far. But then at the same time, excuse me. Anytime that you are in a feud, sometimes you want a organic type of reaction to keep the audience in tune. Even though sometimes when you are, mentioning people's personal demons can be a little bit, why do you have to go there? But like, I get it. I understand.
And as serious as this guy, I do have to admit that Jericho did have one comedic barb in this one. Of course, mentioning the world famous spot of pee. Yeah. If anybody remembers that from 2001 when Regal was WWF commissioner. But Jericho, you, even though I hate the nickname for you, you truly are a wizard. But
you are right, But see, this is the art of storytelling that some people said that they don't do in AEW, but whatever. Right.
Not to mention names or anything. But and I thought you were gonna have the second call of the night because we thought this was heading towards a stadium stampede, but then Mox completely shut it down. Yep. Yeah. And it's like, oh no. I want blood. He wants blood, and everybody wants blood. So guess what? Call it anything goes, Anarchy Arena, whatever you want. But it's going to be us 5 crazy bastards against you 5 pieces of shit.
And I'm all for it. Matter of fact, I kind of agree with John Moxley. Stampede, that's been and done. We don't need a third one.
That's sports entertainment.
Just right. Just make it a gang warfare. Blood, guts, I'm all for it. So, not even worried. But either way, we're about to get a damn good match. And this is no holds barred. So that means anything could happen. Falls count anywhere match, that means they're going to be fighting all around the arena.
Oh, hell with that. Knowing them, they might wind up fighting into an actual casino. Noah Moxley and
that is very true. They're going to be fighting inside of a casino anyway. If I'm not mistaken,
that'll give being in Vegas, that'll give whole new meaning to hit me. Yeah,
I like how you did that. That was funny.
Hey, I was about to say I've hit a blackjack table once or twice in my time.
I try not to crap.
Yeah,
definitely not try.
Crap.
Yes, thank you.
But apparently Jericho did get under the skin of everybody because at the tail end of this segment, though, Eddie Kingston and Bryan Danielson, they got a little physical with each other, and I'm like,
very much so.
Jericho, you master manipulator, you. No offense.
He is very messy. Like, Jericho is very messy, and the crazy thing is that maybe Chris Jericho was telling the truth, maybe just a little bit.
Hey, he's right, because hell, and he also mentioned Santana and Moxley also had a little history too, because when they stabbed each other's eyes out. Yeah. And a real eye for eye match, like Rey Mysterio and Seth Rollins, but that's another time. Yeah. But I gotta admit, this is gonna be interesting, because now you're like thinking, okay, we've not only got to worry if Kingston, Santana, Ortiz, and BCC are even going to function with each other. We got to worry if they're also not going to beat the hell out of each other, like when the match is over.
I mean, like, when you are dealing with the enemy of my enemy is my friend, all that other shit is like out the window. I believe that they're going to be on one accord. They're going to beat the living shit out of the sports entertainers of AEW. That I'm not even worried about. But it does, like I said, it plays into a very great storytelling long history between Eddie Kingston and Daniel Bryan. I mean, this is very good storytelling. But we all know that at the end of the day, who's going to win? Who's going to come out the victor?
Yep.
I think more so is going to be it's kind of hard. Like, this is how I like the storytelling, because we're trying to figure out like who is going to win in this match, who would it benefit, and seeing that Blackpool Club haven't been around long, but then look at the Jericho Appreciation Society, they haven't been around long either. It could be either way.
That's true. Now, as fire as all of that was, unfortunately, that was the end of the good portion of this show.
Yeah.
Yeah, because then after this, we hit a nosedive.
Yes, we did.
And it started off with Britt Baker DMD going in the women's own heart match, and then she'll wind up taking on Maki Ito. And I know a lot of people were disappointed about this one.
Oh, I know I was, but I'm gonna let you finish. Get my shit in.
Yeah, but I knew that this Joker had to be somebody that was going to had to be in AEW already, and that was going to take it out, because they've been building Tony Storm versus Britt Baker for like pretty much ever since Tony came into the company. So you know that whoever this was, they were going to give Britt, I won't say an easy win, but they were giving her a dub, no mess. And plus, if you brought somebody in that was new, and I know a lot of people were hoping it was Athena, aka Ember Moon. Yeah, if you would have had her take an L, especially like in her hometown of Houston, that wasn't gonna get the crowd over real good.
No, it wasn't. As a matter of fact, it was gonna probably make them a little bit more irritated, because a lot of the AEW universe, or excuse me, the AEW galaxy, is want her to come to AEW in some capacity, but it also is off the heels of, her former employer, which was WWE, and they, we know how they treated her, and for her to lose on her debut will not do any favors for AEW at all.
Yep. But then next up, then Serena Deeb
Oh,
comes out.
one more thing. I'm sorry. Going back to that segment.
Yeah.
So I was really trying to figure out what was going to go first. The plane or this match. That's what I was trying to figure out. Like, well, the plane stayed, airborne, but this match was completely trash. Like number one, like this chick, like I'm like, she's coming out there playing karaoke or whatever, and in a language that I don't even understand. But yeah, let's go on to the next match. I just wanted to throw that shade out there.
Yeah, then of course Serena Deeb will walk out, and she was very, very, very pissed off. Yeah, at first at Tony Schiavone, because of that little video last week where everybody was predicting Thunder Rosa to defeat her at Double or Nothing, and then she called out Dustin Rhodes to the ring, and I was about to say, yeah, I would have a beef if I was Serena too, because, yeah, little history lesson. Serena was the one that defeated Thunder Rosa for the NWA Women's Championship. And I believe it happened right there on an episode of Dynamite. So, but I also get why they made the prediction that they made, because Thunder Rosa, man, she's definitely been on a hot streak within the past year, especially after that unsanctioned match against DMD over a year ago.
Right.
Yeah.
Once again, more storytelling.
Yeah, but then of course, Thunder Rosa comes down to the ring, and then while Dustin Rhodes is trying to hold her back, she accidentally hits the natural, but then that'll allow Serena Deeb to like knock her down with the championship. So, yeah, let me tell you, it was like these two needed any more motivation to head into Vegas and beat the daylights out of each other. Yeah, if this wasn't already personal, yeah, it's about to go. Yeah, all hell's about to break loose. And I'm going to tell you this right now: the last time Serena Deeb got personal, well, let's look at where Hikaru Shida's at now.
Yep, on the shelf again.
Yeah. Now, this is where the chaos of AEW, and thank you, Derek, for pointing this out. Like in the day, that now you left like almost no time whatsoever for Jeff Hardy and Adam Cole. Yeah, people are expecting it. Drake, Serena Athena definitely needed to be for another show, because, like I said, you don't want her coming in and then taking an L, because
exactly.
Yeah, especially like if you want her to be in a prominent position. But it is, and I remembered I read an article like just before talking about the chaos that sometimes happens backstage at AEW. It is like, okay, Jeff Hardy, Adam Cole, supposed to be your main event, first time ever. Yeah, only not even 10 minutes for this match, and a very sped through finish. And I actually had to admit, this is one of the rare times I actually called this one out. I was like, y'all just had a commercial break, and not even 2 minutes into Cole versus Hardy, you're already doing a picture-in-picture. Like,
see, that was one of the things that when we were talking about in WCC, what would you want to change about WWE or AEW? And I had, like I said, and this is where you humans out there that says that I need to do more videos about AEW, maybe you should pay attention to what I'm getting ready to say right now, okay? Thank you so much. So, the picture-in-picture needs to go away. I understand that you got children to feed and you got families to provide for. I get it. The problem is that the picture-in-picture is getting annoying. It's been annoying from day one. You don't need picture-in-picture. If you're going to go to commercial break, just go to commercial break. But don't do it in the middle of probably 5 minutes into your last match. You're killing the match just by going to commercial, because we're missing the good parts of the match. And you're going 5 minutes into the match. That's like that's the best part of the match. 5 minutes into the match. And it's just, Dynamite could have been great this week, but they really hit a lot of potholes this week.
Yeah, like that. Like I said, the last half hour was definitely like trash. And then oh yeah, actually I did see, like, yeah, when Jeff tried to whisper in the wind, yeah, Cole like missed that super kick.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I think he was trying to go for Jeff. I think he was trying to either go for Jeff's lower back, but he connected to, but he just like glanced it.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm gonna go into the botches like after I finish this off. But of course, Jeff goes for the swanton and misses. Adam Cole hits the boom for the win. But then afterwards, while Matt's checking up on Jeff, Adam Cole looks like he's getting ready to line up on him. But then, of course, Matt sees it coming. And when his back's turned, here come the Young Bucks. But then, of course, Adam Cole winds up clotheslining both of them from behind. Bucks hit the BT trigger on Matt. And then, of course, Darby and Sting come out trying to even up the odds, but then Darby gets laid out by Red Dragon after Bobby Fish tried to come to the ring. And then to finish it off, Bucks tried for the super kick party O'Reilly tried to hit Sting with the chair, no effect. But then the super kick party does take down Sting, and then
that was the most sorriest fucking super kick that they did. That was a soft ass super kick.
They got him on the shoulders more than the face. But then afterwards, then they put the chair around the ankle, and Kyle O'Reilly does the diving knee drop onto the chair to like wrap this up. And like I said, this was not a good, and this was one of my problems I had with AEW, because I'm surprised that happened a couple shows ago, but they overload so many of these cards, man, and it's like, I knew eventually there was going to be a time crunch happening, and tonight it was that show.
Yeah, I just really believe that we'll talk about that towards the news portion or whatever. The only reason why I'm doing a news portion right now, because there was a lot that's been developing this, for the past 2 days, and this is we really need to talk about AEW. We really do need to. This is crazy.
Yeah, by the way, I do gotta also give out for Morrison missing that 450 too.
Yeah, I seen that too. He actually landed on the mat. But he cleaned it up at the end. I'll say that. It's fine. Are we ready to go to the next section?
That's everything.
Okay. All right. Okay. Sorry about that, y'all. Okay. So, before I start, okay. So, we're going to talk about this in a second. I'm going to send out the invite. Well, actually, I'm going to send the invite to Quest, because he said he wanted to come on here real quick. So give me a second. All right. All right. One moment. If you can let me just. Okay. All right. Okay. Okay. All right. So this is our next segment. We have more news in regarding Team Bad walking out on Raw. There is a lot of toxic shit that's been going on. There's been folks that have not even seen the news in regarding of why Team Bad walked out on Raw. Everybody's coming up with their own conclusions. People are saying that that Sasha was the focal point. She did this before. And then even Cameron, that's Naomi's Funkle Dackle whatever partner. She's been running her mouth. She even went on to say that someone even in the back or whatever. She didn't mention names, but she said that someone manipulated Naomi on walking out with Sasha. Now, I don't mean to disrespect her or anything. I don't like disrespecting women at all. I don't. I think it's classist. But the thing is, how the fuck this bitch gonna sit up here and gonna say that someone manipulated her? So you telling me that Naomi can't think for herself? Is that what you're saying? I mean, it's the reason why you're gone and she's still in. Okay. Number one, you couldn't wrestle, and number two, I mean, like you like literally like shaded her on the low, like saying that, oh well. If we were still a tag team, I bet you that wouldn't be happening. What? So I felt in a lot of ways that she really pulled a Booker T card. I really didn't like what she said. Like I didn't care for that comment at all. There's more news in regarding Sasha Banks and Naomi. So apparently, they have been taken off of the July dates and the June dates of the WWE of their WWE dates. I don't know when this is starting, but they're going to be out for a while. I just don't know when this is supposed to take place. But I don't think they're going to be on television anytime soon. So, yeah. So that is the part that is, I don't know what the WWE is going to do with Naomi and Sasha. I don't know. But yeah, this is, and then also they're talking about possibly retiring the tag team titles, the women tag team titles. Yeah, I mean, because like there's no division. I mean, there's no women's division. The women's division is in disarray. I mean, we don't know. I mean, what tag teams do they have in the women's division? The women's, I mean, it's really fucked up. Like I said before, I believe yesterday, Ronda Rousey is still looking for her number one contender.
Yep.
Bianca Belair still looking for her number one contender. They had to literally pull the tag team, the tag team champ. Well, used to be the tag team champions, and put them in a Raw 6-pack challenge. That's really fucked up. Then they had to bring somebody that they were doing vignettes for, that was supposed to be a face. Turned around, made her a heel, put her on Raw. I don't know. I really don't know. Like this whole situation has just been crazy. But Reese, what do you think?
First, when it comes to the whole thing with Sasha and Naomi, yeah, and I kind of admit this when you and Stephen and Quez and Antoine was doing a video on Monday, like right after it came out. Bianca and Ricochet better watch their backs, because if if this happened to them, and keep in mind, these are reigning champions.
Mm-hmm.
And let's not forget, because Ricochet also the Intercontinental Champion.
Mm-hmm.
If this happens to Sasha and Naomi, who's to say it don't happen to Bianca or Ricochet? And even though Bianca's been getting a good push and whatnot, it's like, hey, just as quickly as WWE can push you to the moon, they can drop you down. And think about this, Sasha, one of the four horsewomen.
Mm-hmm.
You would think, like, if there was anybody who at least had some good standing, it's her, because, of course, she's a cousin of Snoop. She's been getting a little shine on Hollywood with the Mandalorian.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I know that she and Bianca had won an ESPY for their WrestleMania main event last year.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so if you're having somebody that's actually bringing good publicity to your company, even though, like it's like WWE hasn't exactly been putting on a great product lately,
Mm-hmm.
why would you want to jeopardize that?
Right. Right.
I'm like just like stuck beyond words, and please, and I know everybody else done got onto it with Naomi, and I remember I just had a conversation with Donovan about this. Do you realize that outside of her SmackDown Women's Championship run all the way back in 2017, like around WrestleMania 33-ish, do you realize that this women's tag team title is the only other championship Naomi's held in her entire career?
Mm-hmm.
And keep in mind, Naomi's been in like the WWE all the way back since like when NXT was a reality competition.
2000, like 2009, 2010, something like that.
Around that area.
Mm-hmm.
So
just give us a moment to read your comment, Trey. So Trey said that I was never a fan of her when she was in the WWE. I don't know how she is in person, but Ariana kind of struck me as a person who is low-key jealous, that will hate on her friend down low because of the accomplishments. She basically saying that Naomi can't really stand up for herself because she is way too nice. Believes that Sasha influenced her. I'm like, homegirl, Naomi is a grown woman that can make her own decisions. She more than likely was feeling on what Sasha was feeling, because that's, and he got cut off. So kind of going back to what Cameron said, and I'm a quote her. She was on SE Scoops, and she said, my girl Naomi, she wouldn't do this, and I feel like she wouldn't do this unless someone was manipulating her and telling her how to do this. And best believe if I was there coming as a Funkadactyl, we wouldn't have this happening at all. I really believe in so many words that Cameron saying that yes, that she cannot stand up for herself and she can't think for herself, and I think she's bogus for even saying that. And I'm gonna bring on Jaquez. Hi, Jaquez. Hi. How you doing?
Hi. How are you doing?
Hi.
It's your boy Jaquez. Your perfect service announcement. Have you ever been thrown into Facebook jail for no reason?
I cannot hear you. You sound like a robot.
That's crazy. Can you hear me now?
yeah, I can hear you.
Be like in and out, but yeah, we can hear you.
Oh, God. Dang it. My bad, guys. So, how's it going? Can you, everyone? That sound good?
You fading in and out, but yeah, we can hear you. It's just like you're out, in and out. Like when you try to say something, it's like in and out.
That's weird. That's very weird.
Now you kind of faded out, but we can hear you.
It's just like you're really low right now.
Mm-hmm.
Hello.
There we go.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Is that
Try
better?
now.
Yeah.
Yeah, try now.
Hello. All right. Perfect. Now, back to my private service announcement. Have you ever been thrown into Facebook jail for no reason?
No.
All the time since I've been on here for almost 12 years.
So please follow what my name says and free Jacquez. Because tomorrow's show is kind of in jeopardy. I'm kind of feeling upset now. But that's neither here nor there. How you you're gonna have to go live and log in through StreamYard because I cannot go live on any. Yeah. For some reason, it's whatever. I mean, I guess I hate Facebook.
Yeah, that's fine. I can do it.
I hate Facebook more than I hate the narratives and stereotyping that's going on in this wrestling community as far as Sasha and Naomi. Let's start with that. I do want to say what I want to say for tomorrow, so I'm not going to go into full detail on it, but I did catch the part, since I was switching over from Facebook to here, where you brought up about this Aryan bitch, Cameron, or whatever fucking backyard wrestling hoe ass name is. Listen,
not
to me.
backyard hoe. That's
listen. I don't give a fuck. Like, she needs to shut her fucking mouth. Okay, let's just put it out there. I'm not going to take anyone seriously who literally came out and said that she doesn't want to date any black men and that she would never date a black man. So let's just. I mean, you don't even stand up for your own race when it comes to basically. I have no problem with interracial dating, but when you come out and say something like that,
did
on
she
your
really
television,
say that shit?
It was on Total Divas.
Oh.
And I don't want to hear about it being a storyline because we all know that Total Divas was fake. So if this was written for a storyline,
that will like shed some light on the WWE on being racist.
We'll go into that some other time.
Okay.
But as far as another thing with Corey Graves, who said what he said on live air. Here's the thing: I'm not mad at Corey. I'm not, and the reason being is because he doesn't have a mouth for himself. He's not just saying anything. If you people want to honestly sit there and think that this man does not have a headset on, when you obviously are watching the show, you see him with a headset on. And we've known for years about people getting fed things through the fucking live mic to say on air.
By Vince McMahon. I get it.
Vince McMahon is the one who came out and said that. So your anger at Corey, you need to relax. Go shoot that anger towards your dad.
Corey is not a guardian. He's not an angel himself.
Oh, not at all. Not at all.
Just want to put that out there because I know that Vince is not feeding him lines about him, loving his little side hoe, whatever. He's doing that shit himself.
Of course. But here's another thing that I don't get. And I've noticed this because, like I said, I'm in Facebook jail, so I can't really comment on certain stuff or at all for the next 25 days. But I do, peep into these, IWC, social media groups. And let's focus on the narratives, like I said, that's being pushed on these two. You swear up and down that they were the worst thing to ever happen as women in the WWE to basically do what they do, but yet Charlotte and Becky was never talked about like this.
No,
it really wasn't.
Not to this extent.
No, it was talked about between us as fans, right? Right. Did they ever go live on air and shoot down Charlotte for what she did, or shoot down Becky for what she did?
And that's the part that we were talking about yesterday. Maybe we should wait until tomorrow, but I'm just gonna give you guys a little preview. I'm trying to figure out what main topic we can talk about, but we can just talk about this since we're talking about it right now.
It was one thing I also want to point out, since you brought up Corey, it's of course he's going to get the heat for it because Corey storyline always badmouths Sasha.
That's
so,
true.
Like,
Yes.
I'm not I'm not one one of the biggest iPhone fans. Sorry, Sasha Banks fans. But you know what I'm saying? Because I still to this day will say that Sasha Banks has the body of an iPhone. But at the end of the day, I'm not going to sit there and deny the girl's talent. And the stigmatism that she's always the one complaining and yada yada, and now this is all the storylines that you're hitting, like all these shits from these dirt sheets and writers or whatever, like just putting out there, well, everyone in the back is not supporting her. Well, that's not true. I just saw Shayna Baszler throw support at her. I've seen people in other like promotions throw support for her. I've seen people in your promotion that is throwing support for her. So just because some old timers like bold head ass fucking right to censor Molly Holly, you know what I'm saying, and fucking past his fucking prime road dog, you know what I'm saying, is doing his fucking gotta suck up to WWE bullshit. That does not fucking take away from the fact that you have people that are supporting these people. Because what they're standing up for, if it's not a storyline, is correct. I mean, you guys got to think about what the storyline was being pushed. Naomi was supposed to win, then go against Bianca, which has Sasha by herself, so she's just by default not doing anything with SmackDown, just by default being Ronda Rousey's opponent, which, by the way, gave her best fucking match, you know what I'm saying? But let's keep going. Now you're going to push that for Hell in a Cell, right? Basically your throwaway pay-per-view. And they're both supposed to lose. You haven't even put them in any real meaningful fucking feud since you even gave them the titles. Which is another thing. Why do you have these titles? You don't have no real women's tag team.
The ones that you actually over just left Impact.
Exactly. You literally only had one. Oh, wait, I'm sorry. And you had another one, which was between Sasha and Bayley, but Bayley's still injured. So now without that, you're just throwing whatever's left as filler matches. So because you have no one on your roster that's ready, you're going to take the potential of what actually could have been a good tag team between Doudrop and Nikki Ash. You finally get in a Scottish tag team, which you guys have not had in God knows how long.
But it's a Scottish tag team that we really don't give a fuck about, though. Honestly.
We don't know because we never saw it yet.
Well, yeah, but at the same time, like who really? I mean, like in actuality,
I really like Nikki Ass.
I don't give a fuck about her. Like
I like Nikki's ass.
You like her ass, but like as far as
Doudrop could definitely pause, but I'm not gonna say that because she ain't taking no shit on me. But Doudrop, you know what I'm saying, Piper Nevin could definitely, you know what I mean?
It just it's just the WWE has Nikki.
They have no plans. They
don't have no plans. But the thing is that you turn her into a fucking butterfly superhero and shit. You make her you made her a women's champion, and we totally forgot about that. She should be part of that group says that images were forgotten. We forgot about that 5 minutes ago. Just saying. But whatever.
But here's the thing. But it just comes down to the fact that they have no plans for these fucking people. And if you was just going to do you didn't want to do the fucking Bianca and fucking Becky again. You just do is Asuka. You could have just. Listen. You could have just had that instead of doing the whole 6-pack fucking bullshit challenge that you were going to do. The storylines you guys came up with actually worked out for you, but yet and still that should have been your first choice instead of creating so much drama in your own shit that you started. You cannot. You sit there and you had man, listen.
Something that is so small turned into something so big.
Exactly.
That's the part. It just blows my mind. And this shit shouldn't even got on social media. It should have just been left alone.
They should have shut their fucking mouths. Like, why are you? First of all, if they walked out, they walked out. Okay, great. You can turn that to a storyline later on. If they threw the fucking belts at fucking Drawn Line at his fucking bitch ass, then cool. I hope they fucking hit him in the fucking face and gave him a black eye for all I care. Fuck the man. But when you're wanting to basically now push narratives like, oh, they're unprofessional. When you didn't even say that about your white fucking Charlotte or your white ass Becky, you're creating a stereotype more or pushing narratives on black women that they're just always complaining.
And you know the funny part about it,
and you don't get that. They don't fucking get that. The putties don't fucking get that.
Exactly. But you know the funny thing about what you just said, the white narrative. Yes. That is the part that these fans, even in 2022, they're still holding on to. Why do you have to be difficult? Why you can't just follow directions? Why it always have to be about race? Don't you not understand that this is white America? It's always been about the white man and the white woman. It's been about the Karens and your Kevins and all the other shit. It's always been about them. So when you sit there, hold on, let me get this out. Mm-hmm. Every time when you sit there and you say that why this got to be about race, it's always got to be about you. And that question of why is it about race? Why is always a white motherfucker always asking me that bullshit? Why? Instead of you being educated, you always got to refer back to yourself. Oh, well, I feel uncomfortable. It's not for you to be comfortable about, because this is not about you. This is about my race. That you always decide to sweep under the rug because it's not about you. And that's what pisses me off.
Okay. Because you know how you talked about Sasha and Naomi possibly throwing the belts? Yeah. I was about to say, did you know, even though it was the backstage thing, notice Brock never got any heat when he threw his.
He chucked that shit right at Vince's fucking face.
Threw it right in his face, and he just called him an ass.
That got turned into a fucking $1 million fucking video for a segment that you was going to use in one of your fucking interview shits that you guys like to do. Your 24 access shit or whatever it's called. So turn it into. But let me just say this: you want to turn it? You don't want it to be a race thing? Cool. Let me know when you are going to start fucking promoting these black fucking talents that you have, female wise. Like you've basically been promoting every single white fucking diva to fucking women's champion or women's wrestler. This entire fucking 50 years or whatever of history that you've had. Because last time I checked, and I think we brought this up plenty of times on the show. How many black WWE women's champions have there been? 6?
Not a lot. Not
6?
A lot.
6. 6.
6 out of what?
That's not be total. Because Jazz, Jackie.
No, it's 6.
Yeah.
Janelle was on our show. Janelle was on our show, and she actually has a shirt.
Yeah, she had a shirt. Shout out to her. I ain't gonna lie. Shout out to her. She had that long ass fucking shirt, and she was just collecting names or whatever. Yeah, it's been more than 6.
Yeah.
Yeah, more than 6.
Alicia.
Yeah.
Alicia Fox. Who else did you say?
Jackie.
So Jacqueline. Jazz.
Sasha.
Naomi and Bianca.
Yeah, that's 7.
Wait, is it?
That's 7.
I got 6. Who am I missing?
No, so Jazz, Jacqueline,
Alicia,
Sasha,
Naomi, and Bianca.
Yeah. So that's 6. Okay.
Told you. Yeah. I keep that stat in my head because I'm like, it's crazy to me because I can think of how many you had: Molly Holly, Miss Cat, China, Dawn Marie, Tori Wilson, Stacey Keith. Like I can name like so many. Ashley Mazzaro, rest in peace. Like Maria Kanellis, Christy Hemme,
the Bellas.
Caitlyn, the Bellas,
both
of the Bellas. Who else? Maurice,
Michelle,
Candice Michelle McCool, Lay Cool. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Cool. You know what? That would actually make because technically, even though
Layla's
Layla
not
would
black.
be British, but yeah, she'd be a black champion too. So it actually would be 7.
So that
But she will be. She's not. No. We're not calling halfsies because that's the same time she was doing it with Michelle McCool. They was doing the half fucking.
No, because
they technically were tag champs.
Individual run before the whole Lay Cool thing. So.
But all what we're just trying to say is that there should be an equal opportunity type of environment. But when it comes to wrestling, the wrestling industry, there's a gray area with that, especially in the WWE. They're still having that problem. The issue with the WWE, yes, WWE can't please anyone. It's not just the WWE. This is just the wrestling in general. It just really depends on like what narrative are they trying to paint. And in the WWE, there is a clear narrative. If you are not Roman Reigns, if you are not white with royalty, you are not getting pushed. Plain and simple. And if you are getting pushed, you're going to be pushed for 15 minutes and you're going right back down to the 24/7 title, which is called the basement.
But I don't think anything's going to happen to Naomi.
No.
And honestly, they would be stupid to do anything to fucking Sasha too, because that's her moneymaker right there. Yeah,
the thing about it is that I don't think neither one of them are going away.
No, they're not fired.
They're not
fired. And when they released a statement, it was kind of weird because like if it was serious, they wouldn't say Sasha and Naomi, they would say Mercedes and Trinity.
That's true. That's
very and they wouldn't bring up the fact that Raw is a scripted.
That was the major thing out of all of this shit. Was the statement that says Monday Night Raw is a scripted television show.
Facts.
People are portraying characters who are supposed to withhold their contracts.
Facts, and that's why I said to myself, I'm like, where the fuck did this scripted bullshit come in? I mean, to a certain degree, I mean, wrestling is choreographed. It's predetermined. But why do you have to put that out there? You're basically saying that this is fake.
We know it's fake.
I mean, you don't need to know that shit.
But the whole thing is like, not wanting to break kayfabe, but yet and still.
But you
come out and do some shit like that. Talking about like, we want to apologize to the fans.
But why do it gotta be at a black person's expense?
Exactly. No one wants to apologize for the fans for the bullshit that happened between Charlotte and Naomi and fucking Becky.
And that goes all the way back. And then, you sit there and say, I'm talking to the white audience, the white people that was coming at me on that post. Why in the fuck do you not question your counterparts? Why you don't question it? Why?
I thought about another one. This ain't the first time. What about with Charlotte and Nia Jax?
Yeah, I forgot about that one too.
Y'all didn't do an apology for that one, and that was live in the middle of the ring.
That was in the middle of the ring, and they was not wrestling; they were fighting on national television.
Yep.
Y'all didn't do any statements on that.
No,
you know what I'm saying? You didn't have King. You didn't have King or Michael
Cole.
Yeah, Michael Cole. They wasn't on commentary and they wasn't having them lines feeding it into their headset saying, they're being very unprofessional. Why they're fighting in the middle of the ring? Okay. But you say that this is not about race. And we giving y'all receipts. Don't come don't come on my post and saying, this is not about race when the WWE had to break their motherfucking necks and saying, throughout the whole entire fucking broadcast, I don't understand why they're being so unprofessional. I don't get it. 3 hours of that bullshit.
And Quaz, I also remember that you bringing up the Triple H interview at I forgot WWF New York when
Yeah.
him, Cole, and Taz.
You got to see it?
Triple H.
You got to see it?
I remember that interview when it happened. It was like the week before WrestleMania, and I was like, yeah. And when Michael Cole literally asked him point blank, like, could you defend some of your comments or whatever, and then like Taz tried to couple of say, how you gonna come out the world champ like that or whatever. It's like. Yeah, and I felt like Triple H was really trying to dodge the answer in that one.
And that's what they mainly do when it comes to actually race or shadiness or controversy. They find some way to dodge it. They find some way to dodge that shit, and that's the part that really pisses me off. But then when it comes, like I said, when it comes to African Americans, they make sure that you get the harshest punishment, no matter how small it is.
Wait, never forget. A.B. Washington was fired for doing the Kobe joke. Remember A.B. Washington?
Like that.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
Then with the Rick Swan bullshit, the shit wasn't even that story didn't even come out fucking 5 minutes.
And it turned out it wasn't even what they said it was. It was a little squabble, nothing really happened, and you was like, fired. Domestic violence. He's fired. He was beating his wife, and then I'm like, he didn't even lay hands on his wife.
But hell, man, what? You could go back even further than any of the stuff we already mentioned. Because let's go to something that now you can't even see anymore.
Well, before you say that, I was going to say, we fired Rich Swann for fucking supposedly beating his wife. But meanwhile, Stone Cold Steve Austin was beating the shit out of Deborah. And y'all made him the world champion. Sorry, I just wanted to put that out there. Continue.
Yeah, sure. Yeah. Yeah,
I'm gonna cut up my potatoes.
Go back even further than anything we already mentioned, because let's go to something that you can't even find anymore. Remember, for the really, really old school fans here, y'all remember the whole Roddy Piper half and half thing that he did?
Yeah.
You can find it on YouTube. You can find it on YouTube.
That shit.
The actual match.
Yeah.
Where it was Peacock.
His white side is wrestling his black side, and I'm like,
right. Like, I'm telling you, this dude, like, we ain't saying this shit because because we just feel like saying it. Each time I bring up like these incidents, you know what I'm saying, when we're on the podcast and shit, this shit pisses me off. It makes me feel some type of way because like we're still talking about this shit and we're in the 21st century. This shit was going on in the 19th century, in the 20th century and shit. And yeah, we're in the new millennium and we're still talking about fucking race.
And this is a funny story. I actually like got to that incident and it was like, I forgot whether it was either Vince or Bruce that actually came up with the whole Piper doing a half black thing. And they actually addressed this in front of both Piper and Bad News. And it was like, Roddy said, you want me to do what? And while Bad News is actually, or I think it was like they just addressed this to Bad News, and I gotta listen to the video again, but I was like, for one of the rare times in his life, Piper was actually silent as hell because he was like, that there ain't no way in hell that this is going to go over really well. And like when now, as controversial as Roddy Piper can be, you know, when even he's questioning a gimmick that when he starts questioning something that should be a warning sign.
Yeah. Yeah. If you got like, you know what I'm saying, because Right Piper, he has some history too with racism. He got some history.
So did the King.
And
they love the King.
Yeah, King.
They love King.
King is notorious. Like he's notorious with his racist ass mouth.
And these people that fucking hate AEW love Jim Cornette.
And the funny thing is that Jim Cornette. I heard that Jim Cornette was responsible for Gangsta Nation. With
New Jack was
he said
best friends.
He even said that you should talk about white people. Now I won't go so far on saying that Jim Cornette is racist, because if that was the case, then New Jack would have been New Jack if it wasn't for Jim Cornette. He's just like, hey,
wait, that could be it could be true. He could still be racist. You know how
he could still be racist, but he didn't.
I'm gonna tell you how. I'm gonna tell you how he probably got over. New Jack probably fucked his wife.
Well, I wouldn't go that far.
Because let's not forget that Jim Cornette is a fucking cuck. So
he's a who?
He's a cuck.
He's a cock.
He's a cuck.
A cuck.
Remember Rusev, Bobby? Yeah, the Rusev, Lana, Bobby Lashley shit. Yeah. The man's a cuck.
Oh,
so it wouldn't get past me that for him to be allowed to do some racist shit or say some racist shit. New Jack, go fuck my wife.
Like I said, if someone said that he did, some racist ass shit, it wouldn't even surprise me. Honestly, it wouldn't.
I mean, he did on NWA. That's why he got kicked off fucking commentary.
Oh, you know what? I forgot.
Yeah, the Ethiopia chicken.
I remember that. Okay. Yeah. That. Oh shit. Yeah, that shit was. Yeah, I forgot about that part.
This is why I'm banned from Facebook. I say too much real shit.
Yeah, I forgot about that little number.
Yeah, and speaking of things that anybody would want to forget, let's go to the ultimate example. WWE doing this stuff. Them turning one man gang into Akeem. Y'all,
first off, you will leave
the video on how that
my nigga alone.
Yeah, y'all would be taking ears because the transformation happened even before I got into wrestling, and then when I finally saw the video to that segment, I'm like,
Akeem the Dream.
How the hell did WWE get away with that?
Akeem the African Dream.
Yeah.
That was my dude, son.
Wait, that one dude with the dashiki or some shit?
Yeah,
the white dude.
Him?
Dancing, with the with Slick, I think is his manager. Yeah.
Wow.
First off, let's not remember that the manager's Slick. We'll just leave that one alone. Okay, that was already racist in itself. Coco Beware, with the fucking
man. Coco Beware was a fucking coon. I don't care what nobody say. That motherfucker was a coon. That motherfucker was up there acting like, they were never racist towards me, nigga. Please, okay.
Junkyard dog.
They treated his ass like trash, and he was actually supposed to be the black Hulk Hogan.
Yeah, so he had a lot of booger sugar, but boogly out.
He had a who?
Bubba sugar.
Bubba sugar.
Booger sugar.
What you
Coke.
mean?
Cocaine, man. Cocaine.
Oh, I'm sorry. I don't listen.
Sniff it in, man.
I never got into that. Some funny cigarettes or that. You know what I'm saying? That white powder. You know what I'm saying? You shit me.
We don't fuck with that, but
yes.
Vince McMahon do.
Huh. Yeah. And that's the one thing that fans need to really understand.
I'm talking about Tony Khan.
Listen, Vince let his pawns do his dirty work. That's why you will never ever see him on social media, but you will see him on interviews stating that he does not get on social media because he does not care about our opinions. He care about none but The only opinion that he cares about is his and his only. He even said that. He even came out his goddamn mouth when he was on the
Pat McAfee. Yeah.
Yep, when he was on the Pat McAfee show, and he was like saying this shit, and I was just like,
Well,
oh, so that makes sense.
He even said it during that whole storyline when Kofi was trying to get his WWE Championship match.
Yep. He said that you are a B+ player. He said you are not good enough to be WWE champion. I would have slapped him right up in his fucking face and wouldn't even give a fuck if I got fired.
Do a little dance for us.
Yeah. Oh,
that's what you're here for.
Mm-hmm.
Entertain us.
Mm-hmm. Yep. And that's why I'm saying, like, you know, people care about they care about the almighty dollar, but they don't give a fuck about their they don't care about their integrity.
No, just like these fans don't. A lot of these fucking fans will sit there and act like they fucking care about this shit, but then they'll tune in next week and laughing and joking about the next shit.
Hell yeah.
Like, it's just how it is. Yep. Like, at the end of the day, you guys don't fucking stand up for this shit. You have wrestlers that stand up for it, and you sit up there and you ridicule them for standing up for something they do.
Hell yeah. And that's the part I don't understand.
Meanwhile, a lot of you motherfuckers are working at jobs that you wouldn't even quit.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? That's why I said when I was on Facebook, I told them, I said, listen, if Sasha left tomorrow, and I never said that, you know, they left the WWE. I mean, you might as well say they left the damn WWE. They left. They, you know what I'm saying? They wasn't firing. They just walked out of the fucking job.
Well, here's the thing. If you for the people that haven't been following, they're basically are taking off of the live events, but only up until I think they said either
July.
Yeah, so I'm like, okay, well, that sounds storyline-ish.
Yeah, because they'll probably wind up missing that and Money in the Bank.
Yeah, they definitely gonna miss Money in the Bank. Yeah, because SummerSlam is in July, if I'm not mistaken. Because it's a month early because they're gonna be going to that stupid ass Clash at the Castle, which I don't. Oh my god.
My whole thing is, well, you know that's gonna be fucking Roman Reigns and Drew McIntyre.
Yeah, and that's gonna be that's gonna be stupid.
And that's when he's supposed to be fucking healed. I'm assuming.
That's when he's supposed to be who?
Roman Reigns, since apparently he was injured, so that's why he's doing all this like tag.
Injured? How did you? Okay.
How at the WrestleMania? He's been injured since then.
I mean, did he pull his Did he put it back in the socket?
I don't know what he did. I mean,
he popped it back in.
So how's he injured?
All right. If your number one person is bringing you ratings, money, and everything, basically is injured, but you don't want to take him off television because if you take him off television, you're going to lose ratings. What is the only fucking way to do this? Put him in tag team matches instead of giving him his own singles matches. You have not saw a singles match against Roman since fucking, I don't know, WrestleMania.
Yeah, that's true.
He's not even getting one in Hell in a Cell.
Yeah, matter of fact, that's why they put Cody on there, and I believe Cody is like the number one face right now.
I got something to talk about with that tomorrow. Is that yeah? Oh man, so far about building up new talent.
No, they're
not saying it not and not relying on outside people.
Yeah, and
that was a joke.
And that'll give me some time to like really figure out like what we're gonna talk about tomorrow. But yeah, everybody,
I got a lot. I got a bunch of stuff saved up. Like I'm about to send it into the chat and everything. I did want to like try to double back to AEW though, because I didn't get to talk about that with y'all. Okay. But amazing fucking show, man. Oh my fucking god. The matches, that Kyle O'Reilly and Ray Phoenix match. That was fucking crazy, man. Fucking crazy. Like from start to fucking finish. Did not like the fucking Jokers whatsoever.
Jokers were trash.
All right, Johnny Elite. I knew that was gonna happen. I kind of fucking wanted it to go in a different way for being Cesaro and shit, but when you think back like a couple of weeks ago down in Mexico, he did kind of like, tag in with the Young Bucks. So I'm like, all right, how soon until we see Johnny Elite from there? And they didn't waste time. So kudos to him fucking finally being in AEW. I don't know if it's a long stay or not, but cool.
I hope not, honestly.
Why? You don't like him?
No, I don't care for him.
Well, no, because his second WWE run kind of
it killed me. Like
it killed, and it didn't. It wasn't supposed to fucking happen. That's the problem. And I said that was going to end up happening. I'm like, you're doing a good thing with what you're doing in Impact, and you have to decide to fucking go back to WWE.
Yep.
Cool. Y'all will always keep doing that. You keep thinking that shit's gonna be better now after you got your name on the indies and yada yada. You're not Drew McIntyre.
Nope.
You're not Drew McIntyre at all. It's not gonna fucking work for you.
Nope. And even Drew McIntyre, he's going down the wrong direction. He is good as a heel. He is a badass heel. I would definitely tell you that. Badass heel. As soon as he became face, nigga got stale.
Well, I can tell you the one thing that can actually help his fucking stale ass career. How about you fucking team him up with Sheamus in them?
It's actually not a bad idea.
I'm sorry.
They kind of remind me. They kind of remind me of the Brothers of Destruction a little bit.
No, I kind of think that it kind of remind me of the Peaky Blinders, but it's like
because of the get-ups and whatever. But I'm saying, yeah. That idea came about a few years too late, though, because I was like, when Drew was kind of in his chosen one phase still. Yeah. Now I got to think back with Sheamus. Yeah, because Sheamus was just coming around at the time. So, yeah, if you would have worked that then, yeah.
Dope. But the problem is that I feel like it's like one of those I forgot which game it was for. I think it was Raw versus SmackDown 2011. I don't know. I forget what it was.
Oh yeah, that was one of the worst games.
Yeah, but no, it's the one where you do the storyline or whatever, and then you have a fake faction, which honestly was probably the dopest fucking faction that they should have actually did in real life. The United Kingdom.
Oh yeah, I remember that. Yeah, that was a dope storyline.
And I'm like, why the fuck didn't you guys think about that? And then you tried to do it, what you call the United Nations.
Yeah, United Nations was really
Nations,
stupid. Yeah,
horrible, fucking horrible. But honestly,
United. Oh, that'd be a good story. Yeah, that was a really dope story. Like, I totally forgot about that.
The United Kingdom shit was fucking dope, bro.
Yeah,
like they really
totally forgot about that.
They should actually bring that in now somehow. But I mean, even though they got rid of most of the people, but I guess because like with Sheamus and them doing the Peaky Blinders thing, I guess you could try to fit Drew in there somehow as long as he gets rid of the fucking sword.
Yeah, because Braveheart ain't doing it for me.
No, I don't give a fuck about you naming the fucking shit Sheila after your dead mother or whatever the case may be. Get rid of the fucking sword.
Yes, because He-Man needs to, He-Man's played out. He need a. Yes, done. Yeah, I'm definitely done with that. United Kingdom, United Nations, hilarious.
United Kingdom,
that's hilarious.
That was man. Listen, now I actually want to try to find. Well, I can't find that game. Never mind. That shit would have been fun.
That's definitely hilarious. All right, y'all. So what we're gonna do is, did you have anything else to add on?
No, I'll save everything else for tomorrow. On the Wolfpack podcast that you had me seeing right here, made by this WILDCARD guy over here.
Yeah, the one that his titties is shaking every time.
Yeah, I was gonna say what the fucking vibrating nipples over here.
Shut up.
Wolfpack, 7 o'clock Eastern, 6 Central, all that other good stuff.
Yep, 6 o'clock Central, 7 o'clock Eastern. It's going to be a 2-hour show. I'm going to try to. We are going to continue talking about the Naomi and Sasha situation. I'm just going to try to come up with the main topic to talk about. Like, I'm saying? I'm trying to come up with that for #Heels for Life and the Wolfpack podcast. Now, as far as #Heels for Life episode 178, we will be having a special guest on. I've got to figure out. Yeah, he's a fellow podcaster. He been wanting to come on my show for a minute.
Nice.
But yeah, tomorrow, I will definitely try to figure out what we're going to talk about tomorrow, because I know we got like a 2-hour show. So, but anyway, so yeah. Thank you, Reese. Thank you, Jaquez, for coming on. Tomorrow, everybody, we'll see you on the WILDCARD podcast. Remember to follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. #Heal for Life Wrestling Podcast on YouTube. WILDCARD podcast on Twitch and on YouTube. Until that time, we'll see you guys tomorrow. Have a wonderful night. Peace, everybody.
Night.